I don't think nobody's gonna watch us, so whatever. Hey, hi,
Some
welcome.
people will.
Nobody watches this. Nobody cares about us.
Some people do.
We keep chasing away our few viewers by belching and swearing on stream too much.
The few who
They
put
can,
up with us can't put up for very long.
no,
Oh well.
Hmm. Welcome. Oh wait.
Hmm?
Oh, Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie. Thank you for showing up. Nobody else is. Welcome to the CanadaGuns Talk Show, episode 109. Spring Spree! How much shit have you guys bought?
Not as much as you.
Yeah, not even close.
I get. Did I? Has it been 2 for 2 for beating you for buying shit, Adriel?
2 for 2 for BDU.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Like I
Beating
beat
you.
you in buying things. In two episodes back to back, I think.
Okay. In the last little bit, I've bought 4 handguns
Okay.
and I don't know, a bunch of like garbage from China. How's that do for me? Like
Like,
dollar value, you've got me beat. Definitely. Definitely.
Well, no, I think. No, I think I might have. No, I have a. I don't even have a gun that's on its way. Because
Yes, you do.
oh, yeah. Well, no, you do. You do.
Mhm.
You do.
You have a gun that's on its way.
I have a gun that's on. That's what I meant. I have a gun that's not even here. That's Adriel. That's Chris. You know who I am. Oh, ooh, somebody's got a walnut stock for his SKS coming to him. Nice.
I know which one that is. The
Mhm.
Timbersmith one, right?
Mhm.
Those look so good. That is the classiest SKS stock in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if you were just like if you had like a barreled action, man, I would actually consider that.
Even if you just wanted something nicer, because it's nicer than the laminate or the other wood ones that you get with those.
Yeah, yeah. But what did you guys buy, Chris?
Oh, it's starting with me. Well, I bought that shelf back there that's now got my microwave and brewing supplies on it. That's not what. It's not what we're talking about.
Very much
So
batching it.
I had bought this already, but it didn't show up by the last show. This is my Canik TP9 SFX with a HoloSun HS407KX2 red dot on it.
It's the 407.
So
the 407. Yeah. So what's the 407? It's got like a dot or a circle?
It's a 6 MOA dot on this one. They have a version that's got an 8 MOA circle.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want that one, so I bought this one with the 6 MOA dot.
I only got mine because it was cheap. I think the six dot or the 3 dot is better, and that one doesn't have the.
It does not have a solar panel on this particular one.
You get 50,000 hours on that battery. Who cares?
Battery right in there. The interesting thing with this is it fits a Shield RMR style mount with some modification. I had to Dremel 2 studs on the back off, and the 2 studs on the front I had to file down. But if you look there, you might still be able to see through that.
Behind it so it focuses.
It's still a slight gap there, just underneath the sight. So I'm depending on how this shoots at the range, I might have to take it off and file those 2 nubs on the front down even more.
Did you have to file the plate or the actual sight?
There's the plate. The plate had 4 nubs on it, so I had to cut 2 off and then file the other 2 down.
Yeah, who gives a shit? As long as you're not fucking with the dot, it's fine.
Exactly, that's what I figured. This plate is removable. Canik sells it for like $25 US or something like that.
Yeah, just
whatever.
Fucking get a pack of them and go nuts.
They probably sell a HoloSun version. You're just too cheap, and that's why you're filing that one down, right?
No, I checked to see if they had a particular HoloSun.
Trigicon. It's the same as the Trigicon. So they'll have.
It depends on which one, because it came with 4 mounts in it.
Ooh.
So it came with 4 plates for 4 different styles of common sight.
That didn't.
This was the only one. This was the only one with the nubs lined up. This sight was claimed to be Shield RMR style mount, but needed some modifications, and that is exactly what it was.
The Shield RMR is like the Trigicon RMR. That should have fit. That's what I used on mine was an
I
RMR
mean,
style.
Because
So
the
maybe they
issue
changed
with
something.
the issue with this is there was no nubs in the back, like no holes cut in the back for these back nubs, and the 2 holes cut in the front for the front nubs were too shallow to fit in the front nubs properly. So that's why I had to cut the back ones off and file down the front ones in order to get this sight to actually fit.
Yeah, just
Um,
Dremel and file and YOLO. Who cares?
exactly. You know, who cares? If I got to go file it some more, then I will. I still have to buy more mags. It only came with 2. They don't really make Blade Tech does not seem to make holsters for this. It came with a holster.
Get one of those custom kydex. Just get it like molded to your gun.
I mean,
It's
it
so
came with a
convenient.
holster already,
Yeah.
so I'll probably just end up using that one. But the thing is, I have Blade Tech for everything else, and so I'm kind of a bit of a fanboy. I just figured I wanted another one because they're fairly easy to use.
That's because you don't have the Safariland GLS yet.
Do they make a Safariland GLS for this gun? I kind of feel like they
GLS fits
Safariland
anything.
GLS for everything. I use that shit for everything. Except these are a little bit tall. These are too tall.
Yeah.
But everything else.
But with this, basically what this is kind of a Turkish Q5, Walther Q5 clone, sort of.
It looks very, very Waltherish.
Because, yeah, the Canik TP9 was kind of based on the P99 / PPQ. It's got the trigger dingus that you'll see on the PPQ there. The previous TP9 I had a decocker on it, like the P99, but that decocker did not put the gun to double action. If you decocked it, you would have to slightly open it like that to cock it again, which was really, really fucking stupid. Which that actually cocked my pistol. Doing this that much cocks the gun.
Huh.
So I'm going to...
The sear must be like...
Pull the trigger, you can see it's gone there. I do that, it's cocked again.
Wow.
So
that's a really close sear engagement.
That's why Canik had the thing there, and you have to then cock it again like that when you wanted to fire it, which is really fucking stupid. You could have just made the damn thing double action like Walther did. The other thing is, while it was styled after a Walther, the mags are completely different. These mags are longer than a Walther mag. They do not lock into a P99, and the P99 mags don't even fit in this. So
they're a Walther Q5 steel fits.
Okay, I haven't tried a Q5 mag because they're different than a normal PPQ mag. I know that much. So I haven't tried those yet, but I know that standard Walther mags do not fit in a TP9. And the TP9 SFX, the fancy version, does not use a different mag compared to the normal TP9. It's the same mag. The only difference is you got I think it's a 5-inch barrel on it and the extended slide for, maximum operating. It comes with a fiber optic front sight with red or green fibers in the thing. When you put the red dot plate on it, you can get like a charging lever that you can screw into these holes on the side. I chose not to.
What that was for.
Yep, it comes with 4 styles of plate to fit most common red dots, except apparently the 407K. You need to fuck with it a bit. But they sell a combo of this with a Vortex, which my mom actually got. So one of the plates fits a Vortex. The Vortex just goes right onto it. That'll probably be the easiest for you if you're looking for this. Just find the Vortex combo, but they're all kind of sold out. But other than that, I've had I had a normal TP9 a couple years back. Sold it when I got my Shadow because I didn't feel like I needed it. So I know that this is a decent, reliable pistol. I can expect when I get this out to the range at first that I'll probably be shooting. I mean, well, with this red dot, I'm going to be shooting low. But when I had the regular one with iron sights, I shot high right at first. It was nothing to do with the way the pistol was sighted. It was just me getting used to trigger pull on this.
So you just need to get good, is what you're saying.
Pretty much. You just need to get good. Once you get good, you get fine. Aside from that, I got the most famous Canadian Carcano. Because this is being on YouTube from one Mr. Hunting Gear Guy.
That guy sounds like an asshole.
Probably ripped you off.
Yeah, I got totally and completely fleeced on this thing. Ridiculously overpaid for it. That guy's a total gigantic asshole. No, he sold it to me for a decent price. But yeah, just Italian garbage rod. Realistically, what I'm planning on doing with this is every time that some surplus gun comes in the country, it's here for like a year at a really cheap price, and then 3 years it's worth double or triple. So I'm gonna shoot this a bit, and then in 3 years, hopefully sell it for triple what I paid for it.
Stonks.
Stonks. Yeah, I know
Diamond
absolutely
hands rocket.
nothing. I know nothing about this. I kind of don't care to learn anything about this. I have done zero research on this thing whatsoever.
Fine. That's fine.
I have 30 spent cases and no live ammo for it, and I can't really seem to find any because it's all sold out.
Oh,
Is it
don't
like
let me
Wolverine
forget to talk
heavy?
about ammo.
No, they're all sold out. They're all sold out on the Privy, at least. The only place
What
that
about,
Rusty Wood has the Graf and Sons, and I might get that just because the heavier, larger bullet. But it's like fucking like $60 or some shit for a box. It's kind of ridiculous.
Just get the cheap stuff. Just get the cheap stuff.
They don't
shoot it,
have
and
any. It's
enjoy.
not. It's not.
the expensive shit. That's
I'm
funny.
gonna Google
Yeah,
it for
yeah.
5 minutes.
You're
I'm
gonna go
find
find some. I mean, I checked like the usual places. FOC doesn't carry it. Tenda doesn't carry it. Ammo Source was sold out. I think Marstar had 129 grain,
Buy that.
maybe.
Buy that.
Marstar doesn't offer free shipping.
SFRC, aka the Ammo Source, has some 123 grain SP. 32
Oh shit!
bucks.
They actually have it in stock.
$32.
It's
It was the first place I googled.
This is the second best version of the best gun Remington ever made. This is the Remington Versamax Sportsman. It is a 3.5-inch semi-auto shotgun, and yeah, I bought this because it's pretty much when I used to work at shop. When we first got the Versamax, and I looked at this and I went, "They claim it'll shoot anything. I don't believe them." And then I went and actually got to shoot one and called them on their bluff on it, and it shot everything. And I was like, well, this is the shotgun that I want then. If I'm going to get a semi-auto shotgun, I want it to be this one. Because it's a 3.5-inch chamber, and because of the way the gas system works in these things, it's what it is the gas system is actually...
It's self-regulating.
It's self-regulating. It's right here instead of up at the front. And the reason it's self-regulating is because when you put a longer cartridge in, it covers gas holes in the gas system. So a 3.5-inch cartridge, I think, only has 3 gas holes to cycle with.
What you're trying to say is a gas system is not part of the barrel. It's actually part of the chamber.
Yes, the gas system is part of the chamber. It sits right here. And yeah, so that's how it regulates itself to be able to fire whatever without overgassing the shit out of itself. So when I saw that and learned how that worked and got a chance to actually shoot one of these things, I was like, yeah, this is what I want for a semi-auto shotgun. And when I was debating getting a shotgun, I debated first getting a 20 gauge because I kind of want to go to a game farm with a buddy of mine once we all have our shots. And they have some quail, and 12 gauge is way too much for quail. And so I was thinking maybe I'll get a cheap semi-auto 20 gauge. And then I looked at the prices of like 20 gauge slugs because I'd shoot those more often than clays. No. And so I realized like if I had a 20 gauge, I'd never shoot the damn thing. And I don't shoot my 12 gauge right now anyways because that crappy lever action likes trying to disassemble itself when I shoot it because pins start walking out. So I then debated, do I get a cheap 12 gauge semi? After which point I remembered that every other time I've cheaped out on something, I have regretted it. I would rather, instead of buying a cheap Turkish 12-gauge semi and regretting it and then trying to sell it at a loss and buy this, I'm just going to buy this anyways and spend the, like, $1,400 after tax that this thing cost, making this actually my second most expensive gun after my AR. So,
you're going to love the shit out of that gun. It's so fucking good.
Yep. When I shot this, it was very interesting shooting clays. I missed all the first 7 shots, and I hit all of the last 7 shots. And then the remaining ones in the middle were kind of mixed. So it was very interesting going from hitting nothing to hitting everything in the span of 25 clays.
25 clays, eh?
Yep. I hardly ever shoot clays. I don't even have any clay ammo.
Traps. Got to shoot the traps at the clays, or the skeets.
I can't shoot traps. People frown upon that.
It's if trap equals shoot.
But the anime community will get angry at me if I shoot too many traps.
That's okay. They already hate you because you don't have enough fucking pillows.
But yeah, so I've got some slugs, some bulk slugs. Tend to have like score low recoil slugs. I bought them like a year ago. And
that shit's
haven't
good.
used any of them.
Oh, wait a minute. What kind of choke do you have? Which choke are you going to shoot your slugs through, man?
The
Wait,
one
no,
that
no,
came
no,
with-
Everything.
young man, no, young man. What choke are you going to shoot those slugs through?
The one it came with.
I
It comes with a modified choke. I've shot slugs out of a modified choke before. I don't give a fuck. Eventually, I'm planning on buying an improved cylinder and full choke and an extra full turkey choke for the thing.
hold up. I'm sending you a choke. I have a spare one.
Spare Pro Bore?
Yeah.
Sweet. What
Yeah,
size?
I have no fucking clue. You take what you get, bitch.
All right. Whatever. It'll be like Corwin, the time that I bought my lever action. I'm like, hey, you said it came with like improved cylinder, modified, and improved modified, and it came with a cylinder mod in full. I'm not complaining. I just want to make sure this is correct. And they said, send me your email. So I sent them my email and my address, my email, my address. They sent me more chokes, and it was like another cylinder and another full. I was like, okay. And they sent it to me for two different choke threads. They sent me full and because the Turkish guns will either use Beretta mobile chokes or Browning and Vector chokes, and so they sent me a full and a cylinder for both choke threads.
I mean,
They're like, just shut up. Here, take this.
I
off,
mean,
just
it
shut
was literally just asking a question. I'm like, I'm not angry. I'm happier about this because like improved cylinder modified and improved modified are like shit, but like cylinder mod and full is like the full fucking spectrum there. It's much better. And then they just sent me 2 more extra chokes, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna complain that I've got spares now. It's like the time
I have a box. In the box of parts, among probably enough parts to put together a couple of shotguns if I have receivers. I have a box of, I think, Browning and Vector or Benelli Mobile from some Turkish piece. Actually, I think it might have been the. Remember the Pardus? Remember when I had a Pardus over under?
mobile choke on those.
Yeah. I mean, I think I bought another gun, or it came with an extra set of chokes, and it's just been sitting there. And then I reused that box of chokes actually for the chokes that I got with the. Wait, did I even show the over under CZ last time?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
Whatever. Then there's another gun. I beat you, Adrian. There's another gun that I probably didn't have a month ago that's in there.
An over-under CZ in what?
It's I would have made the joke. It's a woodcock. A CZ woodcock.
No, I don't think we had that last week. No,
I have one of those now.
but yeah. So the other thing, another time I bought 4 Sig mags from Corwin that were like off-brand Italian for $100, which at the time was like ridiculously cheap.
I've had that same.
3 of those mags had problems. 2 of them would not lock open on the last round, and 1 of them would not lock open on the last round and would not feed the first round properly. So I emailed Corwin, and they're just like, "What's your address?" And they sent me 2 more mags, which both worked flawlessly. So I got like 6 mags for $100 out of the Sig. I put tape on the bottom of the ones that have some iffy issues and relegated them to the side. But yeah. And then I hardly ever use those mags because I bought another one branded from Sig that works a lot better.
Yeah, no, that reminds me of when I had the 1911 years ago, and that was when Cabela's had just moved their shipping warehouse to Calgary, and they were just having issues out the ass. I made an order where I ordered like 2 Wilson Combat 8-round mags, which if you know about those things are like fucking $75 a pop or something stupid like that. Along with a bunch of other ammo, and like half the ammo showed up. 1 box with 1 mag showed up. Then another box with ammo showed up with another mag, and then I got the entire order again. So yeah, I got like 4 max out of that deal, and like twice the ammo that I ordered. And I was like, I'm not telling anybody, but I'm not complaining.
But yeah, so the Versamax that I got, 28-inch barrel on the fucker. It's a duck hunting gun primarily.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna shoot some. Once I get the reg cert for this pistol in, I'm gonna go shoot it. I'm gonna see about getting ammo for the Carcano and shoot it too. I'm gonna shoot my SVT because I got not some more non-corrosive ammo for that and haven't shot that in a while.
Nice.
I got some Barnall, and I'm just like, well,
Is it the 230 grain stuff? Because I remember shooting that once, and it was kind of snappy.
I think it's the 203 grain.
Okay.
I don't know or really care. I can adjust the gas system if I really have to.
You have the right key for it though, right?
Yeah, I've got the SVT adjustment key.
Okay, good.
If
I was just
really
gonna tell you because like, I remember when I think I had when I had a Mosin and I ran the 203, it was like, oh holy fuck, bro! Why would I shoot this when like the 140 grain surplus ammo was like soft shooting compared to that shit?
Out of the SVT, it's all a matter of fucking cleaning it. I can adjust the gas system if I feel like it's recoiling too much, but realistically, I probably won't. The gas setting on that set to 1.5, and it's worked fine with everything I've ran through it since then. I've shot this stuff before. I think I actually tuned the gas system on this in the middle of winter when I first got it, so it should be fine.
Yeah, just watch for ejection, and because it's got that stupid fluted chamber, right? So it's gonna. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care. Somewhat, it'll be fine.
It's a collectible now. Now they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah, it's worth like 3 times what I paid for it. Don't care. Still gonna go shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna be a little bit more careful cleaning it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna. I hated cleaning corrosive. You got to take the fucking gun all the way goddamn apart to deal with corrosive. I'm just tired of doing that.
Yeah,
that and the Chinese stuff I bought was absolute garbage. Absolute hot fucking garbage.
That smells like eggs?
I've heard this was supposedly Albanian contract and was sold to Canada through CZ. It's or not CZ, Selyan Balat, sorry. Either way, it was sold to Canada through the Czech Republic. It's Albanian surplus from China. It's shit. I bought 1,000 rounds for $250. It was originally advertised as non-corrosive, and then when they found out it actually was corrosive, they knocked the price down by $50. This stuff is loaded, so I got it from Canada Ammo.
I got some stuff from Lever Arms,
same stuff,
and they said it was all Chinese, and they said non-corrosive on it. I bought some. I nail tested it. It was non-corrosive. My buddy bought some corrosive. So it's like, maybe. Well, I think the factory who's making it was like, they just use whatever primers they got available, kind of a thing.
Yeah, the thing with this is it's loaded so horrendously and consistently that you can't expect a grouping out of your gun if you're shooting this, because like some loads are ridiculously hot and others are underloaded. And so you'll have a bullet hit like high, and the next one goes way down here, and then one's bang on, and one's not even on paper, and then the next one will blow the case neck, and I had one get jammed in my chamber because it was so overloaded, it blew the primer out, expanded the steel case so that it would not extract, and the extractor ripped the rim.
Ooh,
so
spicy.
This Chinese, this stuff is fucking garbage, like absolutely terrible. And I still have probably 200 rounds of it left, and I'm just not going to.
You should sell it for $50 and somebody will pick it up.
I'm not even going to bother. I'm going to keep it as like emergency ammo. If I suddenly desperately need to go shoot my Mosin with the garbagest shit I have, then I have that there. But
it's your trap ammo. So Corey in the chat there said that he had his Chinese SKS factory Woodstock had 3 millimeters of play between his receiver and the stock. So, yeah, good choice there on the wall on the timber whatever stock.
Yeah,
Gary, good stuff. Did you buy anything else, Chris?
Nope. Well, actually, I did buy one thing, and that's not mine. It's yours.
Sorry. What?
So we're gonna wait until we get to you to tell people about that one.
Oh my! Something happened. Oh my!
Well, there is something I'm also waiting for from you.
Yeah, no, I'll send you. I kept been telling you, I'm just so fucking busy.
Yep.
I'll probably
It's
get
no
that out
problem.
tomorrow.
I'm
And
not in
it's a good thing that we waited because I'll send you that choke.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not in a huge rush for it. I know you'll send it eventually.
And and I'll send you. Did you get the rubber mallet yet?
Rubber mallet.
Yeah, you need to go buy a rubber mallet so you can actually pound out the.
Oh no, I haven't got. I think I have a rubber mallet around somewhere.
Okay, there you go. I'll send you all that shit then.
Yeah.
But Adriel, go.
Did a review on the FX9. I think I talked about it on one of our shows. It allows you to hit the firing pin when it's not in battery.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got one of them guys.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yep.
Is that the which brand was that? Blazer.
Yep. It's
That's
my fault.
exciting.
They said don't use aluminum case ammo in it, primarily because aluminum case ammo will shear. It'll like. I think the bolt's too light on that gun, and it allows too much rearward thrust while the pressure is still high. Which pressure's high, the case wants to stick to the chamber walls. The bolt wants to push it back, and it just rips the cases in half.
That's all kinds of exciting.
Yeah, and then the next one after that, if you don't realize that this little guy is in the chamber, then your next round will load, and you'll be a half inch out of battery, and you'll get a kaboom.
Because the gun will still fire because it doesn't really seem to have an out of battery safety.
Correct. It's not that it doesn't seem to have; it just does not have an out of battery safety at all.
And remember, this is the hottest shit on the PCC market right now.
Well,
I was telling him about this.
It's one of the cheaper PCCs in the U.S. If you want to get a PCC that's like a dedicated PCC, it's one of the cheaper ones you can get. It's not like Buku Bucks super like the Gucci PCCs in the U.S. are based on the AR. They're like ARs in 9mm.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, can't you get an AR in 9mm that's comparable in price
in Canada or the U.S.?
Oh, in the U.S. I mean, we can't hear anymore.
In the U.S., you can beat the price any which day. Yeah, easily. TACOM. There's a bunch of places that are making really decently priced 9mm ARs.
I mean, and then if you want to get ultra fucking fancy, you could get the CMMG with the radial delay blowback, which is just
and their fancy 9mm converted 223 mags.
Those I was watching those videos by Ian from Forgotten Weapons, just going, man, that is so fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah. TACOM and a bunch of places are making some really cool 9mm PCC stuff in the U.S. It's primarily based around the AR, but here in Canada, we need something that's technically not an AR. FX is technically not an AR, so that's why it's popular out here. So I did that. Other than that, like the ergonomics on that gun are good. The accuracy's fine. I think that gun has the most promise. They just need to fix a couple things on it before it gets there. So I did a video on the Terra TM9, and I was like, oh yeah, cheapest gun in Canada. But then I was thinking like, wow, there's other like cheap centerfire pistols that I should probably review. So I looked around online, and I'm like, I gotta get an MP22 because it's the longer version of the Nork SIG copies. So I got one. I got one used, which turned out to be badass because I got a used one with a pile of Go Fast parts in it. So this is a Nork NP22, but it's got SIG grips, SIG hammer, SIG all the controls, SIG all the internals, except for the barrel and the slide, SIG trigger, like it's all SIG on
and
this
it's the short reset trigger, right?
And it's the short reset trigger, so because the springs are done on this one, the trigger is about a pound lighter than on like a factory Nork. And the other thing that's cool is the short reset is very, very short. Look at that.
Oh my!
Yeah. Honestly, I consider that a must if you've got a SIG to get that short reset.
Disgustingly. Now there's a little bit.
I think that might be shorter than the Shadow too.
Oh yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's shorter than the Shadow.
Yeah. If you've got real short fingers, this would be a fantastic gun because like this is uncomfortable for me. If you look at where my finger is, it's like jacked in because of how far back that trigger is. So I picked that guy up. Good deal, whatnot. And then I was like, what about the MP34? That's different. That's the only one that's really available right now. You can't find the MP22 new, but you can find MP34s.
They're like, I think 250 at a bunch of places right now.
267, somewhere around there.
Nah, too much. Don't buy it.
Too late.
Uh-oh.
So I post on YouTube. I'm like, number one, I looked on YouTube to try to find if there was any good comparisons between the two. Not really. There was one guy who had a potato quality video showing the differences between the two, and I didn't really like it. It wasn't like in-depth tabletop kind of a thing. So I bought just a factory new MP34 from Bullseye. And if you're curious, the differences are the grip's shorter, so it's a more compact grip. The slide's longer. It's got the dingus barrel because Canada, and we need to have long barrels. And there's a bunch of other parts in there that are also different from the MP22. So you can't use... well, actually, you can use the MP22 mags in there. They just look dumb. See? Fits.
That's not
It'll run.
dumb.
Yep, it'll run.
Now, what about P226
Can't
mags?
go the other way. That I'll find out right away because I also ordered from Bullseye some P226 mags, and I believe they don't quite fit because of something in like some cut or something like that. But I got a Dremel and I got two eyes. I'm gonna figure out where I need that cut because I think other people are probably thinking the same thing. They're probably wondering where that cut's got to go, so I'm gonna figure out where it needs to go.
For science.
So as far as I'm aware, the MP34 is a P228 copy,
Correct.
which is a slightly more compact P226.
Slightly more compact for a P226 is like it's slightly less fat of an elephant. That's about as far as this thing's huge. Like here's my this is actually a GLS knockoff. You can get these off AliExpress if you really want to. And I can fit it in there, but god damn, it's tight. Look at that.
Holy shit.
It's tight. It locks in. It's not coming out, and it will come out if I do a grab on it there. This is like if you want one holster that just does everything, that's the way to roll.
Whoa, did you just point the gun at the screen, bro? No. Hey, cut it. Put that away. Put it away. Put it away. I'm not gun hunting with you anymore.
That's a reference to someone's comments on my YouTube channel. I wouldn't hunt with you because you pointed the pistol at the camera while you were showing the fit of this holster. And just because we've only got two viewers right now, I'll let you in a little secret. I also ordered a Beretta 92, one of the really cheap ones with the heel release. So I'm gonna do that one. I'm going to do a P226 versus Beretta 92 review. I'm going to use this Nork, and I'm going to troll the shit out of it. I'm going to make it ultra serious, and I'm going to make it negative on both. And I'm just going to slag them both the whole time and see how many, like, 50 to 60-year-olds I can piss off. Because that's like a classic gun of their childhood and their, like, teenage formative years. It would be like one of us, like someone in the future, like slagging like a Shadow or a Glock 17 or something like that. So I'm gonna slag those in that video, and then at the end I'm gonna be like, by the way, this is just a joke, and then see what happens in the comments. I bet you I bet
comments
you I get a
I'm
ton of
expecting
hate.
like the like-dislike ratio are going to be like fucking. Oh my god, how could you say that about the Beretta? It's the greatest gun.
So, see, what you fail to realize is that Adriel, is that like mine is fine. Okay, mine works just fine.
You know, if the gun was so shit, why would the U.S. military have adopted it? And the Navy SEALs and the Italian police and John McCain in Die Hard.
Actually, the SEALs got the 226, so
yeah,
you got it.
Well, you were saying you're gonna shit on both of them.
Yeah.
So nowadays, I place exactly 0 weight on that because the JTF2 guys couldn't be bothered to get a fucking proper magazine. Couldn't be bothered to get a proper fucking holster, and they fucking ND'd fucking around, jamming their fucking M17s into another fucking gun holster.
Yep, but that's the P320.
So
the P220.
right now, they have vanished from my radar as a reliable source of, I don't know, real world data. Because why?
Well, you can't listen. You can't listen to police or military. I mean, to them, this is a taser. Taser. Bad joke. A little bit too
We're
early.
gonna get the Facebook page
Too
shut down.
early, maybe. A little bit too
We're
early.
gonna get the Facebook
Is this a
page shut
taser or
down.
is this a Glock in my hand? I don't really know. Just for some of our listeners, just in case you're considering one of these things, I would say these things would have been really cool in the 80s. I would say right now, not so much. I mean, the coolest thing about it, one of the reasons why I like this gun is the same reason I like the Glock. No safeties. You've just got a decocker lever, so click that over, and now you've got a 10 or 12 pound trigger pull to press through. And if you replace the springs, yeah, maybe you get it down to 9 or something, and maybe it won't be so reliable on ammo, but you can get it down.
I think it's 10.5 on double and 4.5 on single, if I recall correctly, for an actual SIG.
That's what this Nork is.
For single action.
Yeah, because I've got an actual SIG. I love my P226. I honestly, it's fantastic. It's still my favorite pistol, and I have a Shadow. I still prefer the P226.
That's because you're wrong.
That's clearly because
you'll learn after a while. But the trigger pull on this one is very similar to that. It's 4.5. So on single, it's about a 4 or 5 pound trigger somewhere in there. On double, it's 10, 12 somewhere in there. The Nork one, about the same. Compared to that one, which has a lighter mainspring in it, this one's a heavier trigger pull. So this one's a 12 pound double action. And single action's 5. 5 pounds fine though, and it's not like a gritty 5. It's like it's got that take up from that 2 stage, and then it just breaks, so it's fine. I would shoot that at a course or something like that. Between the two, if you can find an MP22, it's still going to be a better shooter. You're not gonna. One thing that I think that's going to happen with this one, you would pinch the fuck out of your pinky ramming that magazine.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason I don't like the G19. Yeah. That's the same thing that happens to me with the G19.
Look at that. I just slapped the mag a little bit too hard.
Uh-oh.
But I remember actually with the NP34, one of our clubs was like trying to get people more into like IPSC, and one guy who does IPSC like showed up. He's like, "We got a competition here. Very simple thing. You pick a pistol up off a table, you shoot 10 shots on one side, mag change 10 shots on the other, just to give people an idea of like actual action shooting instead of just like standing there at a firing line pointing at a target." I ended up winning the competition, and the prize was a $200 Cabela's gift card. But he said, "I'm not going to participate in this competition because I'm organizing it and I know that I'm better than all of you." And at the end of it, after we'd all shot, he went with an NP34, and he's like, "Just to show you all that it's not just the gun, it's the skill of the shooter, this is a $200 Chinese pile of crap." And he outshot all of us. He shot more accurately and with a faster time than all of us. I think he was like literally a second or two. He was, in terms of like the IPSC scoring points, he was like 2 or 3 points ahead of me. He was like, his hit factor. Like I had like 3 points something or some shit. His was like 5 or some crap. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
My mom got second in that. And my dad was there too. We're like, "Come on, you got to get third." No, he gets like 10th.
Wah.
Yeah, it's usable. I would
say.
Wait,
hold on, Adriel. Didn't you get another pistol? Wait, did you get another pistol?
2 SIGs.
2 SIGs.
Terra TM9.
Oh God! Oh no! Wait, a Terra TM9? Have we talked about that yet?
Oh, I don't know. It's not.
Do we want to? Do we want to talk about it at all?
for the Terra TM9 has a 9 to 10 pound trigger, and it says DAS8, but in reality, it's DA only. It's only a DA trigger. It's got a 2-stage to it, but you're always pulling that full 10, 12 pound trigger every time. At least with this one, you just have to do it for the first shot, and then your slide's gonna run, and then you have like a 4 or 5 pound trigger, and it's a nice and light and crispy. That Terra TM9's trigger is terrible. But one thing I wanted to mention, I haven't actually had it out to the range yet. I bought it on March 7th. They did the transfer. They got it through. I have not yet received my reg cert for it.
Me neither.
Or for any of these, or for the Beretta that's coming, obviously.
I haven't gotten mine on this either.
How are you a month in? I'm a month in.
This is the 3rd week. This Thursday will be 3 weeks since I picked it up.
Something's fucky. Something's
fucky. That's
I called
2 provinces.
I called them and I'm like, "Yo, what's going on?" And they're like, oh, it should have been mailed March 10th here. I'm like, nope. I've got a nest. I can see when the postman shows up. I go immediately down and get my mail. No such letter has arrived. So if you haven't gotten yours, when did you say you got when you ordered it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I picked this up about 3 weeks ago Thursday.
So I bet you. I bet you they're. I don't know. The person that does all the transfers is I don't know, sick at home or has a headache or something like that. Probably has a headache. It sounds like.
Well, because it took 2 weeks to get the transfer through when I bought it.
And
it was
3 days for me.
Yeah, Ontario. When my mom got hers, it was 2 days, and I bought mine like 2 weeks later, and suddenly it had gone back up to 2 weeks again.
Ooh, that's a big
oof. Yeah, and then now it's been. This is the third week I'm waiting for the reg cert to show up, and it hasn't yet. I'm still hoping it'll show up by sometime this week, so I can go shooting on the weekend. But
yeah, I'm doubtful I'll get any of mine. So what I've been doing instead is doing disassembly videos because I'm like, what do I do with these pistols? So I've been doing like really detailed disassembly, reassembly videos. I don't get like any money from it on YouTube. I'm just doing it for shits and gigs just to get them out. And because like for that Terra TM9, there's not a lot of good information out there on it. So
what information there was it's a fucking terrible pistol, and I think you can agree with that.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best for the price, and it's not the That's
It's just not the best.
Even being the cheapest pistol, I would rather buy one of these than that Terra TM9. I would rather have this, as shitty as it is, because slide feels great on it. The trigger's fine. I think the trigger on this MP34 is fine. 2-stage is bad, but like after that, you're half the trigger weight of that Terra TM9. And now some of the things I found when I cracked it open. You can swap in a Glock striker spring into that Terra. That'll work. You can change out the recoil spring with a Glock spring. That'll work. The connector, I didn't check it. I probably should have because I think you could fit a Glock connector into that thing. All Gen 3 stuff. All Glock Gen 3 stuff. I think they just ripped off the design entirely on a lot of those parts.
Well, I mean, that's what the Montenegros are known for, right? I mean, what else are they known for?
I don't know anything about Montenegro.
Cocaine? Is it cocaine? Somebody was making a cocaine joke, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's like some small country.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah. But I've been enjoying your videos a lot, and let me tell you, your boy is doing a fucking top-notch job and meaning the fuck out of them.
On the editing?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I didn't get him to do any of the disassembly ones because he's like, I pay him for them, and he's like, how much you pay for me for these ones? I'm like, nothing. I don't get paid anything for these. He's like, no, I'm not doing them. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Hey, he's learning the value of his skills.
The value of his labor.
His labor.
I am raising a staunch capitalist. Yeah.
As you should.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the school system is doing everything they can to undo all of that teaching.
Still got to pay for stuff.
And again, you're in Alberta,
keep in mind,
Ontario.
I am in Alberta, and as much as the school system's a little bit left leaning, I'm still in Alberta.
Yeah.
Still very different than the rest of Canada.
Yeah. Hey, how about them? What was it? School curriculums there, sir.
I looked at them. They weren't even that bad. Like there's a couple things that are like, that's not a great idea. But like same thing happened with the last curriculum that they came out with.
Yeah.
It's all there's always like a couple of things that are bad. But like a lot of it was like, we're gonna do financial literacy in high school. It's like, yeah, we should probably do that. We're gonna do programming.
You should.
Yeah, we should probably do that. Oh, we don't have computers for the programming. It doesn't matter. They can do Scratch programming on like the biggest piece of crap computers ever. It doesn't matter. Yeah. They could do it on their Chromebooks. They could do it on all their. Now that all the kids have home computers, they could do it on their home computers just as easily too when they get home, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, this is a gun show, not a school curriculum show.
No, let's talk about guns. Wait, is it my turn? I guess so. Where to start? I got a Shadow 2 because I already had a Shadow 1, and this one was cheap.
That's one better.
One better. It was one better, and the price was actually the same as what I paid for the other one. So it's like
it was so good. If you didn't buy it, I was going to.
Really?
Yeah. If you didn't purchase that Shadow 2, I was going to be like, come home to Papa.
It came already upgraded with the big paddle safety and the lock grips. And when my wife picked this up the first time, she was like, "This hurts my hands." And I was like, "Yes." All the grip. And I mean, there's 1,001 videos comparing the Shadow 1 and the Shadow 2, but to give you the cliff notes, not much that I can feel because I still haven't been able to shoot the fucking thing. The single action, I would say, is more or less similar, but the double action, oh my fucking god. Wow.
Better.
Oh,
yeah, smooth.
It's like the first one. Yeah, that's nice. This is basically the same. Oh, wait a minute. It's just like on ball bearings, like grease ball bearings. Yes, please. Yes, thank you. This has been very enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to take that thing to the range. But yeah, just like you, Adriel, this must be week 3 or week 4 since this thing got approved. And nothing. I keep checking the mailbox and cursing every time that I go empty-handed.
What are the current COVID restrictions in New Brunswick?
I think these come out of Ottawa. I think the FOCs...
Oh, that's why. Yep, Ontario's fucked right now. So
always
you're all going to be waiting a long time.
It always.
I guess so.
That's no change from normal.
No, Ontario's more fucked, right? We locked down. We're in third lockdown, even though Toronto's never gotten out of lockdown since the second one. So
well, if you guys could stop going to fucking parties, I guess. Hey, it's okay. We hold church services and nobody fucking does anything about it.
Yeah, and BC's got the entirety, like literally the entirety of Whistler is infected with COVID right now, I think.
You're thinking Lethbridge, but yeah.
No,
Whistler. Whistler, BC.
They vaccinated Whistler because they can't follow the rules.
That's what they're doing for Toronto as well right now. I live in a hot spot.
I am anticipating not getting my shot till June. How about you, Adriel?
Yeah, June, July is what I think is going to happen.
I'm expecting to be able to get my shot by the end of the month because I'm in a priority neighborhood.
Yeah.
You guys are bad at COVID. So
you guys are bad at COVID.
There's so many people in this neighborhood who have COVID that they want to get everyone vaccinated so that they stop getting COVID. Like half of Toronto is in a priority neighborhood based on postal code because of COVID.
Oh dear.
Same with half of Mississauga. Same with like half of York region.
That must be why it took them literally like a week to actually ship that package out of your fucking post office. I kept looking at the truck and going like, I know they're slow, but goddamn, like it wasn't moving.
I shipped that Thursday, didn't I?
It just started moving today.
Oh, I hadn't even checked. I gave you the thing and went, "That's your problem now."
Out of my hands.
Yeah. Out of my hands, not my problem. But speaking about my problem, here's my problem solver. Yeah, take a look at this.
So how long have you been waiting on the reg cert on that?
Oh no! Well, no. The thing is, I started the process. I am anticipating not having this registered for a couple of months. The reason being is like they know of it existing, but until I don't have a good answer on this, and I kind of wish. Did you ever send Ian the text? By the way, no, never mind.
No.
I was gonna ask Ian, is this registered now, or is this not registered? Because I've begun the process. So is it registered when it is in the system, or is it registered when it gets in their radar? Nobody knows.
Yeah, that's a good point. Especially if someone were to, if like the cops raided your house and they went, "Where's the reg cert for this shotgun?"
Like, I have the process started, officer. Actually, I wouldn't tell them anything because you don't fucking talk to the cops. But yeah. It's an interesting circumstance because the process. By the way, how do you register this thing? You call the RCMP. You ask to be transferred to the firearms lab. You talk to a tech, and he registers it for you over the phone. Or rather, he begins the process of registering it over the phone with you after you fill out a form online. That's
you
it.
still have to go
It was
talk to a
15 minutes.
verifier, don't you?
Guess who was the verifier? The tech at the RCMP lab.
Oh,
when
you just sent in
I
some pictures, right?
If
Usually
they
they'll
want
do that.
If they want pictures. But I literally told him, it's like, okay, so this is a Grizzly 12 gauge pump action MagFed shotgun. He's like, oh, it's this one in the FRT? Yes. And it's got the 12.5-inch barrel? Yes. And you took a stock that faulted to be less than 26 inches? Yes. Okay, it's restricted. I'll start the process. Like, he knew what I was talking about, so it was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Well, that's good. When I first registered my AR, when I put an upper on it, they registered it back to me. It's a 15.7-inch upper. I first got a reg cert after like 3 months for a 10.5-inch upper. And so I called them and I said that when I did it for the 10.5-inch, they didn't care. I told them, yeah, it's a 15.7-inch. And they're like, all right, yeah, sure, we'll get the process started. Comes back with a 10.5-inch cert. I call them and say, you gave me a cert with the wrong barrel length. It's not 10.5 or 300, whatever. It's 403 millimeters, I believe is what it is, 402, 403. And they said, well, have you measured the barrel length? Like, this is based on manufacturer's listing on their website. They're like, well, we need you to measure it and go to a verifier and this and that. I'm like, look, the first time I called, no one had any problems with this. And if you really wanted me to, I could, but I don't have it with me right now. Can you just please take me at Colt Canada's word that this is their 15.7-inch IUR. It's got a 403 millimeter barrel, and get me a proper reg cert. And the second time they put up more resistance to giving it to me, but they eventually did give it to me.
You're asking the government to do work. You should have just said, you know what? Fuck you. It's 10.5 inches. You're right. I don't give a shit about this stuff.
Yeah, no,
what difference does it make in the end? You think the cops are gonna measure?
Well, the difference it makes now is in the event that there's some fucking confiscation thing, they're going to be like, your gun's registered with a 10.5, and this isn't a 10.5.
I sold my barrel. Fuck you.
I sold my barrel. Fuck you. Yeah, that's it.
At which point you get charged for the issue of you did not report within 30 days a change to the status of the firearm based on a registration certificate.
Hey, the registration certificates don't exist.
Yeah, they're null and void. Those reg certs are null and void. You have my upper and lower because you have legally deemed it prohib.
You've got my lower. That's it.
And you sold it. You sold it in the 30 days before it got invalidated. What? Oh well.
Sorry.
By the way, this was like literally years ago.
Stock,
this was years ago, and this is only for entertainment purposes only.
This is possibly the worst stock you could possibly have for a shotgun. It is just a thin wire, so your cheek feel every single bit of the hit, and it's a nice thing butt pad, so it'll transfer the energy even worse. And also, this is only a 12.5-inch barrel, so this gun doesn't weigh a lot. So if I potentially ever actually go shooting this thing, if it ever gets a fucking registration certificate, which I will because I'm taking this to the fucking trap range, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Imagine just rolling up to the fucking trap field like this. Sup, homies?
Oh, depending on which trap field you're at, they would be none too happy. My range would probably, it depends on the RSO. They'd either think it's hilarious or they'd be like, get the fuck off the trap field and go to the rifle ranges with slugs.
Some trap places, you can only like load when it's your time to shoot. So with that, what would you just like?
Oh, you know what? I've done this kind of thing before. It is pull the mag, load a shell, put the mag in, and rack the action. Pull the mag, load the shell.
Beautiful. I love it so much.
Just too fun.
No, you got to do the big brain thing. Get 25 mags and a carrier. Load one shell in each mag into a different pocket on a carrier.
I do have 3 mags for it.
So you only need to get 21 or 22 more mags and you're there.
Yep. So what happened next is I went in the completely opposite direction. And wait a second, what's this? Is this a 2-round extension on a 4-round tube? Is this a 6-shot semi-automatic shotgun? I do believe it is, and you know why? Magnum, bitches. Magnum.
I'm glad you're gaming an 1100. Is that 1100 or 1187?
It's an 1100 lefty, and you're not gonna fucking believe this. Chokes.
Nice.
Ooh.
Hey, you can get the flapper for the bottom there. That's like a tactical.
I would almost consider it, except for the fact this gun is mint. It's not getting fucked with. The only thing that it's getting for fucking around is that extra 2 shots. And by the way, for the RCMP officer watching, fuck you. I can put 6 3 and 2 3/4 inch shells in there, as long as only 5 3-inch shells fit in there, asshole. Suck my dick. Anyways, I think I share my feelings exactly how I wanted to. So yeah, that is happening. The other thing that is happening is, well, you see, I bought this, and I need to do something with it. So I'm gonna start putting things on there. And by this, I mean I bought a gun rack. So obviously the 1100 is the first one that'll go on. The next one that's going to go on is going to be something that somebody in Toronto didn't want to ship, so I had to call some asshole to go pick it up for me.
Some fucking asshole. Yeah, someone in Hamilton didn't feel like shipping a gun, so he called some asshole. Did he just dip?
Yep.
He just dipped.
Keep going.
Oh, there we go. He's back now. Yeah, he called some asshole in Toronto to go out to Hamilton to pick a gun up for him.
And yeah, I send you the money, and you're sending me a gun that you bought for me from Toronto. This is officially gun running. This is a gun running event.
Do you notice? I just pull beers out of the ether.
Oh.
Thank you.
Is the ether getting paid for videos as well? That's why you get a tall boy to start with. That way you have to do less reloads.
True.
Yeah. So that'll be the second one, and what the second one is going to be is another mint condition, and I have somebody that can verify its condition before I even see it. It is mint condition. Remington 870 Wingmaster with the original 20-inch rifle-sided barrel.
Man, you love Remington 870s.
I fucking love it.
It is
you have another extension for that one, right? I gave you 2, right?
I do.
I know it's mint and stuff, but you should put that stupid ATI on the front just to make.
Well, this mint one also has a stupid ATI on the front, so I might just do that. Although I have to get another spring for it because I'm sending Chris the other spring.
So since I picked this thing up, it is in fantastic condition. There's a bit of speckling around the iron sights. There's he pointed out one scratch in the stock, and there's one small chip-ish sort of thing in the stock. But for a gun from bloody 1970, you look at the bolt, there's no carbon buildup around where the primer goes on the bolt. You can see the faintest bit of it has been shot, but not often.
You know what? There's 3 spots that you check on a pump action and on an 870 for how much it actually been shot. Number 1, the shell elevator, the underside of the shell elevator, so the loading port. You'll see drag marks on the shell on the underside of the shell elevator. Number 2, the action bars sometimes show wear, but the best way to tell if an 870 or really any pump action has seen a lot of work is the magazine tube. If the magazine tube still has intact bluing, that gun is new.
And this thing has fantastic bluing on a bunch of it. There's you can see it started to track on the places you expect wear, but it's not an even silver streak like what you get when you've used it a lot. It's spotty wear that's you can tell this has not been fired much. The guy figures the guy's selling, I think this is an estate from a widow.
It was.
And he said to me he figures this guy probably bought this gun in the 70s for a home defense gun, fired a box out of it to make sure it works, and then shoved it in the corner for the next 40 years.
Hey, hey, Crazy, can I just ask you something real quick?
Yep.
Can your SIG do this?
I do not know why I'd want my SIG to do that, but no, all my mags have like they're 10 round and then they have the big long plastic extension, so it stops it from doing that.
I got like the dimple on there is so.
Oh, it broke?
No, it's fine. The dimple is just small, right? The dimple is so small that you can knock off the floor plate if you're a little bit too rough with the insertion.
That is an issue. The dimple on my floor plate is
no. That's not an issue. That's a feature. That's not a bug.
I'll do it with this one.
Oh my god, no.
It's gonna be a little bit more gentle, I guess.
On the one full body SIG mag I have, the dimple is quite thoroughly protruding to ensure that doesn't happen. But that sounds like a problem JB Weld can fix.
Wow, I'm not fixing anything.
Oh, just weld the mag shut. That's all you.
That's got to be part of your review. At one point, you've got to go and load the SIG and do that and have it fly out with all the rounds dump out the bottom of the
mag. Please do this, but not unironically. Like
in a match.
In a match,
bullets go everywhere.
And just go, okay. So you dump out and you put in your good SIG match barrel in there.
Dump all the rounds out, and then spend the match picking them up off the ground and loading them one by one.
Adriel, just to fuck with the RSO on the last shot, do an unnecessary reload, and when he tells you to empty the gun.
Unload, show clear, boof.
I'm sure they'll love me for that. Sorry, I gotta pick up all this ammo and a spring and a floor plate and all this other crap too.
But think about the memes, man. Think about the memes.
I wonder if you can punch the floor plate a little bit just to make it a little bit more dimply. Because it's just too small.
Like Chris is saying, just fucking put some JB Weld on
the floor plate onto it.
No, you need to clean your mag sometimes.
When the fuck? No.
You have not been to enough IPSC matches in the rain and the mud where you drop your mags in and they get mud in there and you got to take it apart and clean it if you want.
Okay. Fine. Let you game it up. We will laugh at your gaminess. Okay.
Just expand the dimple with JB Weld.
Or I'll just hit it with a punch. You got more meme guns to show us, Grover.
Yeah, so I have the short 20-inch barrel. I have this here 30-inch barrel, 1100. But you know what I'm really actually missing? I had a hole in my heart that I did not realize needed to be filled. And then I watched a film called Tremors. And in this here film, there is a certain scene involving a very large subterranean creature and a stopping rifle. And I kind of thought to myself, I mean, I'm not British circa 1800, so I really don't have the means to obtain a stopping rifle. So I think the joke is, Mom, I want a stopping rifle or an elephant gun. We have an elephant gun at home. Yeah.
It's huge.
It's almost too big. This is a 10 gauge. Yes, you've heard this correctly. This is 10 gauge goodness. And it is extra thick. Look at the barrels on this thing.
Is the bore greater than 20 millimeters in diameter?
It is exactly 19.75 per SAMI standards.
What's the weight on that gun?
14 pounds is my guess.
The weight is not sufficient.
It's debatable.
You've got two triggers, and the only shell size they make for 10 gauge is 3.5. You know what you have to do.
Sir, are in fact wrong.
Oh yeah, sorry. They do have 2 7/8 if you look hard enough.
It's not that hard. You can just buy it right from a manufacturer that does. 2 5/8, 1 1/4 ounce load. The velocity is only 1100.
That's not a lot.
They do make.
Is that even in Canada?
This is only from the States, and I have to get Profit River to import me a case of 100 for $300.
Yeah, why are you going to do that? Just buy the 3.5-inch stuff that everyone carries, because 10 gauge is only used for waterfowl hunting nowadays, anyways.
No, you know why? Because fuck you, I'm using this at the trap range.
If you use it at the
my
trap
God.
range, you need more power, like more lead. Can you get like 1.5 ounces? Can you get 1.75 ounces?
You can get 1.25 ounces. This is what they have.
Is that it?
You
actually,
are
no.
going to pay $300 for a case of 10 gauge target load.
Yes, I am.
I mean,
Yes, I
it's
am.
It's not actually a case. What, like you're paying $300? How many rounds was it?
100.
A case is 250 rounds. He's not paying $300 for
Oh
a
my
case.
God, you're
He's
paying
$300
$3
for
a shot. Are you going to start reloading 10 gauge?
No, dude, I'm gonna shoot this like once. I'm gonna shoot this like one, which is actually a bit of a problem considering the fact that on top of purchasing this firearm, and on top of talking to Prophet River about possibly getting me target load, I also happen to have just purchased 85 of these.
10 gauge, 3.5-inch rifle slugs.
10 gauge, 3.5-inch, 1 3/8 of an ounce. No, 3/4 of an ounce.
Whoa.
10 gauge slug.
What's the speed on it?
1280, it looks like there.
Wow.
So you have 2 triggers on that gun.
I do.
You know what you have to do.
I am.
Break your arm.
And then after you do that, you have to go and fire the fucking shitty 12 gauge over under with 3-inch.
No, I'm never shooting that shitty 12. Like, it's 4.5 pounds. Fuck you.
When I eventually come to Calgary, I expect you to let me shoot that with 3-inch slugs.
I will have 3-inch slugs just for you for that occasion. Also, I love the. I love one of my favorite parts about this particular ammunition is check out the ballistic coefficient, 0.99.
So that's
0.099.
2,800 foot-pounds. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I just did a calculation. What's it do for goose? What's the goose round like on that thing? I like the stankiest goose round.
You know what? I think I bought it.
It's that Remington fast steel shit, or the not the fast steel.
Oh yeah, it's something moronic. Something like 1,700 feet per second with 2 ounces of lead.
2 ounces, 1,700. Oh, that's gonna be
2 ounces of steel.
That's gonna be spicy. Whoa, no way! That's 5,600 foot-pounds.
So, a couple of things regarding this particular shotgun. The barrels are 32 inches long, and by measurement, they are full chokes. So, there comes a time in a man's life when you have to go ask some old fuck what it is you should put inside of a shotgun with full chokes. And what I have received for information is a mixed bag of results. There are old fuds that say that if I put anything through this that is steel, it'll blow it up.
Yeah.
There are folks that say that if I put any slugs through full choke, I will blow it up.
Slugs will be fine.
So, I asked the previous owner because I still had his number. So, what do you shoot through this? Oh, I shoot 3.5 inch, 1.25 ounce triple B steel shot out of this. And then I go, where the fuck did you find that? It's like, oh, I bought a case from wholesale before they went out of business. And I've slowly been making my way through it. So this thing survived. Actually, I got a little check. I know it was a triple B. Yeah.
How old is it?
Yeah.
Is that an old gun?
It is. This is an, what the fuck is this called? An Ibar gun made by Eibar from Spain.
It's made in Spain.
And according to my light research, Eibar went out of business in 1963.
That thing is not made for steel.
No,
like that.
So I found the fastest steel shot that I'm aware of, which was the Remington Hypersonic Steel.
Yeah,
1,500 FPS, 1.5 ounce shot.
Yeah. So this guy put,
That's more
again,
reasonable.
Federal BB waterfowl load steel, 1,450 feet per second, 1.5 ounces of shot through this gun.
Yeah, that's about the
So-
same as that one crazy you just mentioned.
So what does that mean? It means that I am not going to continue to shoot steel through it, and that I'm going to end up paying $300 for target loads, and then I have 85 slugs coming, because I found exactly one place in Canada that I could find easily with any ammunition other than fucking steel shot, and that was Fish and Rod out of Burlington, I think it was called. Oh, what the fuck is the name of it? Yeah, Federal. No, it was a 10 gauge ammo Canada. And where are you, big guys? Not Wolverine Supplies, not Loretto. Anyways, it was a small gun shop out of Ontario, and they happened to have 17 5-round boxes of that 12 of the 10 gauge slugs. So I bought them all.
Don't buy the target loads then. Just shoot the slugs out of it, get your jollies off, and then give up on it.
I mean, come on. So that one's going up on the gun rack. The 12 gauge 20 inch barrel is going up on that one, and the 1100 is going up on that one.
I found some place that has slugs, but they only sell local to Ontario.
Oh yeah? Send me a link.
I ain't shipping ammo out to you, man. This shit costs way too much to ship.
Does it look like I care about money anymore?
Give me a sec. Where's the chat?
Anyways, it's been a fucking trip just this last couple of days. The reason that I have been so casual with my spending is that I don't know what the fuck kind of fucking back alley devil deal I made in another life. What the fuck? Did you just send that on the side here and it not showed up? Oh, it did show up. Yeah, that's the exact same ammunition that I bought.
Yep. They've got a couple of things at 10 gauge. They got literally 4 options: turkey load, 2 waterfowl load, and the slugs.
Yeah, I consider buying a turkey load and then realize I'm probably not gonna fucking. There's exactly one WMU in Alberta that has turkey hunting, and it's way the fuck down south by the U.S. border, so I'm not gonna go there.
That's it? I thought we got our turkeys from Alberta and BC when we brought them back into Ontario.
Not here. No, we got Merriam's turkey, but no regular turkeys.
Yep.
It's the plains. There's nowhere for them to go. Coyotes would just eat the shit out of them.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's I don't know what the fuck I did in my other life that I am getting some, good vibes now. But like, man, the PAL business, it's going good. It is surprising how good it's going. So I'm wasting my money on GATs and neem GATs and 85 10 gauge slugs.
Might as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's been good. You know what hasn't been so good? The news. Do we have any good news, or do we have just more moronic shit?
No,
Hold up. Hello, fellow extremists. How do you do?
Yeah.
Just according to the liberals.
Just according
Someone
to
needs to fucking sue him for that.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the other shit he said, which was in Parliament, and therefore apparently you can't sue for slander in Parliament, this was not said in Parliament. Someone should fucking sue him.
The CCFR should sue him. It's like, oh, well, I'm not saying that every person in the gun lobby is an extremist, but all extremists are in the gun lobby. Oh, okay. Thanks. Thank you for your opinion. Is that based on anything, or is that just pure slander? Okay, it's pure slander. Got it.
Yeah, it's just pure slander.
Yep.
Just in case you wanted to know.
Yep, it's pure slander. So, I mean, I'm sure that they have to have somebody. Like, the CCFR's just got to be, like, fucking giggling at this point. It's like, are you fucking with us or something?
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing.
I'm hoping that it's like not just the CCFR, but a class action including the CCFR, the CSSA, the NFA, the CSAAA, OFA, tout à compte registre, and every single other like provincial hunting lobby that exists in every single province. They all get it on one suit together against Bill Blair. Can you imagine the headlines we would end up getting from that of the entire Canadian gun lobby suing the Liberal government?
I'd imagine that the headlines would be something like hateful white supremacist groups sue innocent politicians.
Motherfucker,
Trying
get
to
in contact
save-
with me or rape me and my mixed race babies in front of the fucking media.
Sorry, you're too close to white, Crover. You're also a white supremacist now.
Oh shit!
You married into it. It's a sexually transmitted disease. I'm not sure you're aware.
I don't think my wife would appreciate you saying that.
Did you know that you transmitted white supremacy to your husband?
Wow, that's pretty spicy. That's pretty spicy. Oh, I forgot to mention. Unfortunately, this firearm does have one glaring fucking issue, which is it has a fucking auto safety on open.
Oh, God.
I fucking hate auto safeties on open. I want to be able to fucking shoot as soon as I close this here gun.
So you're going to open it up and take that out, right?
I don't know, man. I don't feel like getting into this gun. Absolutely
not worth it.
I remember on my Bursa that I got, I took the magazine safety out of that thing because magazine safeties are stupid.
It is.
Magazine safety was a long bar and a spring.
Yeah, no, just like every other fucking Canadian Forces personnel that as soon as they landed on the sand pit, in the sandbox, they get issued a brand spanking new, still in the grease Browning high power. First thing they do is they pop the grips off and get rid of the magazine disconnect.
Second thing they do is check to see which magazines will actually feed properly and which ones will not.
See, the thing with that, though, is they get a brand new gun with brand new mags that's been packed in grease since 1946.
Mm-hmm. That's not a good thing, though.
No, not really.
No, the fact that we're still issuing guns that we built in 1942 to our fucking soldiers.
Hey,
Well,
they get nice Colt Canada rifles. Now they're gonna get CSAID made Colt Canada guns.
That
Yep.
would be so cool if we got P10s issued to our troops that were made
we're going
here.
to.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
They're already picking. They specified a modular pistol, had to be modular, and the only one that's going to meet all those requirements is the 320.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, though, they're going to bias it in favor of whatever is going to be made in Canada, despite the fact that they have removed those requirements.
They tried, but like they're too far now.
See,
Unless they
did
reverse
that-
it, they could reverse it.
the first time they did it, they
It's the
did it,
military.
but no one owned.
Ignore the problems and they'll go away.
No one owned Colt Canada. Colt owned Colt Canada. No one wanted to give Colt the rights to their pistol at the time. Now that CZ owns Colt Canada and they're going to be willing to have their CZ stuff made at Colt Canada's facilities, you know that with the way this fucking government works, as soon as they hear that we can get that made here, they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that that happens.
SNC Lava what? What? I didn't say anything. Did you guys hear anything? I didn't hear anything.
Some Quebec company, I don't know. Yeah, where's Colt made? If it's not Quebec, this ain't gonna happen.
It's Ontario,
Oh,
so they still
good,
need
pretty
those
good.
votes.
It depends on the writing. It depends on the
Is that in the 419?
416.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Toronto. That's all I know.
Toronto.
Yeah.
I mean, the Liberals had the 416 on lock. It's a 905 that flips between Liberal and Conservative.
All right.
Oh god.
So where's Cold Canada?
They are, I think, Aurora.
What and
Which
what does
I
that
think is in
mean?
the 905.
It's some Easterner speak that we don't understand out west.
Yeah.
No, they're in Kitchener.
Hey, actually, you know what? I
That's
did just
Toronto,
notice again. This year, oh my god, this thing is so fucking heavy. It's got a really nice recoil pad.
That's a good thing.
I mean, it would have to.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to talk about, or are we just going to continue to bitch?
I don't know. There's a new 180, the Jard J180.
Is that really new? Like, when was that really new?
And they got an FRT. They got a non-restricted FRT for it. That's new.
And you said that the takedown was kind of dumb. What was dumb about it? Was it as dumb as the SKS 15?
No, but it's watch the video because like the upper stays attached and you have to pull the guts out the bottom. And anytime you got to do that, there's going to be some fuckery, and that one's no exception. But what if the materials build is better? I don't know much about Jarred. Like they've got a decent trigger. They've got that Jarred J68, that weird looking
The brick?
PCC. Yeah, the brick
The brick.
PCC.
But that's a Ute Glock Max.
Yes, actually, it does.
Oh.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
I looked at that once at a shop and I asked them, is it pronounced Jarred or Yard? And they said it's pronounced brick. And I'm like, well, yeah. I'm pretty sure, isn't the thing like screwed on with a bunch of fucking screws around the side?
Yeah.
Oh, Adriel, remember the RWA 180 that we saw at that gun show years ago? Oh.
You know, funny enough, they're starting to like that is kind of where the WSMCR ended up. Steel sides, screws holding it together. Like they refined the design. The WSMCR refined the design, so it doesn't use quite so many screws, but it's where they ended up. Steel screws in the side, a decent barrel holding mechanism, all that jazz.
I wonder why they didn't just go with a steel upper, honestly.
It's expensive doing all that machining. Like machining aluminum is very inexpensive from a CNC perspective. So anytime you can just put it on a machine and machine aluminum, it's cheap. You think of the tools that are like cutting the material, cutting aluminum. Those inserts will just last forever. You don't have to do measuring in between because it doesn't wear the tools out. You can just crank it. You start doing steel, you get some more wear on your tools, and eventually you have to check spec and.
Like, aren't AR uppers typically aluminum as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are.
So yeah, there's no reason to go for a steel one then.
They're not
I guess
pressure
it's just
bearing.
the fact that I guess it's just the fact that the charging handle is fucking around in there in the WK.
Yeah. I mean the original 180 was supposed to have a folded steel upper. It was supposed to be like stamped steel.
It was stamped. Yeah, it was stamped steel. Like the whole thing was stamped steel with a polymer lower,
which was like primarily just for countries that didn't have their shit together and couldn't do aluminum CNC.
Machining is hard. Stamping is DACA.
Yeah.
I think what was it? Japan and South Korea got Japan. South Korea actually did get M16 license. Japan definitely got an AR-18 license though.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's a couple of Morocco-made ones, aren't there?
No, it would have. I don't know. Would it have been Morocco or would Hawa have been doing it?
Oh, it was Hawa. Because
I know Morocco either got a license for Smith & Wesson revolvers or just ripped off Smith & Wesson revolvers and made all the revolvers the Japanese police carry. And then they make all of Browning and Winchester's guns. But Hawa does the military stuff.
No, generally. You're right. It was Costa Mesa out of the States. Then there were the British contract at 180s, and then there were the Hawa 180s. I'm just remembering the Gun Jesus video on them. This is gonna be fun as fuck to shoot. Holy shit, guys!
I disagree.
It's gonna be fun as fuck to think about shooting, and you're gonna go shoot it and go, "Fuck! Why did I buy this?"
It's gonna be an experience.
I need to figure out how much this thing weighs because it's got to be. Oh, it's definitely over 10, probably 12. Somehow it's likely to be 14.
Now, did you take a look at the 20 gauge that guy had? The yield is?
No.
Okay, because at one point I was debating buying a yield is 20 gauge because if it's the one I'm thinking of, they're fairly decent guns.
I mean, I still have his number. If they're still up and you want it, I'll call him.
It's no big no. Oh, hold on. I've spent enough on this shit, but with the yield is their nickel, like aluminum nickel plated receiver kind of thing. They've got engravings of like scenes of like grouse hunting with dogs on the receiver plate. They're very light, very thin barrels, very thin forestock on them. New when we had them, they were like $700 new or so, and they seemed like one of the higher quality guns out of Turkey.
Oh, by the way, Josh Kleeman, remember Kleeman from back in the day? He says, so my father-in-law wants to buy a nice semi-auto shotgun. Budget probably around $2,500. Thoughts?
Browning,
Beretta,
Benelli.
Brownings, Benellis.
You got the 3 Bs in that category. So if you buy anything from any of them, you're not going to go wrong with any of them.
I would say
No.
Beretta or Benelli. Like Browning's got some okay. Like Browning, you're gonna get an A5. Do they
You
have
can get a
anything else?
Maxus.
A
They got the
Maxus?
Maxus.
I guess. I would rather get a Browning, or a Beretta or a Benelli. Probably a Beretta.
A400.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still what they're selling? I lost track.
It's good.
Because
I like it. It's light.
you'd be looking at. You're looking at what, A5, Super Black Eagle 2, and A400.
A400 is the one I would pick out of there. I have an A5, and it's okay. But if I was to like go duck hunting and goose hunting, and I want something light that I can carry out and out to a stand and whatnot, A400.
So the Benelli A400 or Beretta A400?
Beretta A400.
Beretta.
One of the other
those are
things
the
with the
ones in mind,
A400 is usually in the stock they have a built-in recoil absorption system. Right in it's on the wood ones, it's on the butt plate. So the thing with that is you'll get the entire stock sliding up against your face. But on the synthetic ones, they put it between the pistol grip and the back of the stock, so your chin is behind it and just the front of the gun will move, so your cheek does not end up moving, like the stock behind on your cheek does not move while that recoil absorption system is absorbing some of the kickback.
I know nothing about fancy shotguns. I only buy trash.
They have like fancy recoil systems. That's all you
Okay.
need.
Tell them to get it in Beretta's atrocious digital camo.
What's that? What was that, Adrian?
He was saying tell him to get it in the Beretta digital camo.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. For all those tactical duck operations.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello?
You can
Yeah.
hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I can hear you. Yeah. Anything else?
Nah.
Nah. This was a nice show and tell. Hopefully I will stop buying so many guns. I'll start saving some money. And shoot them. Yeah, shoot them. This stupid fucking thing, the fucking red shirt, maybe it'll show up one of these days. My slugs will show up one of these days.
You gotta go shoot some pistols
yeah.
at BTSA.
I fucking wish, man. Those are the days that I do my fucking classes.
Mm.
Wait, no, pistol nights? Which nights? Wednesday?
So, like, a thing that a lot of clubs do, active clubs will do, is they'll have a weeknight. As it gets into the summer, they'll have a weeknight where it's like, weeknights from 5 to 8, we'll do pistol practice, and they'll go out and do IPSC or IDPA or something like that. I'm not sure if BTSA does it or not. I'm just guessing. But like active clubs do that.
Right. Okay.
There's a club I've been thinking of joining. They do Wednesday night IDPA and I think Tuesday night IPSC. Of course, they're not doing anything right now. They're an indoor club, and indoor clubs are closed again.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks to be you. Here in Alberta, I guess that doesn't matter.
Like,
The
what, a
government doesn't
third of
give a
your
fuck anymore.
caucus is complaining about Jason Kenney?
I hope we get a snap election. I love that they got kicked out. There, I said it.
Did they actually get kicked out? I don't think they did. I
No.
think Kenny is like... No, but he's down in the polls, aren't the Alberta NDP?
He's the worst premier in the country.
Especially
Like
according
the
to Reddit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends between him and Doug Ford. Reddit seemed to hate both of them.
No, but you should see the stuff. Oh, the Calgary and the Alberta subreddits.
The Alberta
Yeah,
subreddit is the Alberta NDP subreddit. It's not an indication of reality.
It's exactly the same thing with the Ontario subreddit and the Toronto subreddit.
Yeah.
Oh well. Enough of this. See you in like a month. We'll have more guns. Probably.